The most popular layer 1 in the crypto world is probably Ethereum. This name is synonymous not only in the crypto space but also in the general masses. So to understand why I'm buying Ethereum right now, we need to understand what the different layers are and why these matters. So in the blockchain space, there's a base blockchain layer where decentralized applications are built upon. So think of layer 1 as the base or the bedrock of blockchain.
It says bedrock.
Layer 1 provides essential components and features that help make the blockchain technology work. So in a layer 1 blockchain, there are a few key aspects that we might be familiar with. Consensus mechanism is a method where participants of the blockchain agree on whether a transaction is valid or not. This can either be through proof of work or mining, like how Bitcoin verifies and validates transactions, or it can be in the form of proof of stake, where Ethereum just migrated to. And in the case of proof of stake, participants stake their token as a pledge to verify and validate transactions, which are done by validators. In the case of security, it's how these consensus mechanisms are carried out. For the proof of work consensus mechanism like Bitcoin, networks of computers rush to solve complex mathematical puzzles to validate transactions. And in the case of proof of stake, validators put up tokens as stake for collateral to secure the network. Then we got decentralizations. This means that the blockchain is not controlled by just one single party, which increases a single point of failure. But instead, the network relies on a distributed network of computers, or what some will call nodes, to ensure that there is no single point of failure. So layer 1 protocols also determine how smart contracts are ran, and how these transactions will be ran. So think of smart contracts like a vending machine. If you put $2 in to get a $1 drink, the vending machine will dispense one drink and return you $1 without any human intervention, which prevents mistakes from happening if it's coded well. So one of the biggest challenges with layer 1s is the scalability and transaction speeds. So most layer 1s are rather slow, like Bitcoin network, which can only do 7 transactions per second. We have Ethereum, which is just a little bit faster at 29 transactions per second. And then we have other layer 1s that can do really quick transactions like AVAX at 4500 TPS, Solana doing 2000 to 3000 TPS, and ICP doing up to 11500 TPS. So layer 1 protocols also enable the creation of tokens as well.
We're creating new life, John.
Like Ether or ETH is a native tokens for Ethereum, or Solana or Sol is a native token for Solana. And these tokens can then be used for things like gas fees or trading on their own blockchains. And lastly is the ability to upgrade and have governance.
Oh, the government stinks.
So depending on the type of blockchains, it will establish how voting is carried out, how and when upgrades will be done to improve the blockchain in terms of security, scalability, and much more. So now let's talk about layer 2s. So layer 2 is a secondary layer built on top of layer 1 to enhance the capabilities in terms of scalability and transaction speeds. On top of that, there are many developers who are looking to build decentralized applications on top of layer 2s because it's much cheaper and it's more cost effective. So think of it this way, your developers are sort of like the bakers, and the features that we spoke about are like the ingredients, and the layer 1 is the cake itself. So right now, people are already buying these cakes, but it takes a long time to sell because these cakes are plain and boring. So to make the cakes more appealing, developers or bakers in this case, they can add things like frosting, decorations, and maybe even chocolates on top. So this makes the cake more appealing and tends to make the cake sell faster, which then in turn means faster transaction speeds. And since the cake is already made, developers can just add different kinds of toppings on top of the cake without changing the cake itself, which explains the scalability portion. At the end of the day, the features, which are the toppings, do not change the base layer, which is still the cake itself. So this is much more effective than having the developer to bake a new cake, gathering new ingredients to ensure that the cake already tastes good before they even go on with the toppings, and on top of that, they have all the other things that they want to put on top of the cake. And this can be really time consuming and a lot of effort because of trial and error to get the base flavor good. So some examples of layer 2 are like Optimism and Arbitrum, which we spoke about previously on this channel. So if you compare Arbitrum and Ethereum, Arbitrum can do roughly 40,000 TPS versus 29 TPS that Ethereum can do, which is blazing fast.
He's really fast.
But one thing that I really like about Arbitrum is the transaction cost. An average fee on Ethereum costs anywhere between 90 cents to $5 depending on the network, and sometimes even more. So this means that if you're sending Ethereum to someone else during a peak period or when the network is congested, it can start to cost quite a bit. And on Arbitrum, this cost goes down all the way to like 2 cents or maybe 5 cents, which is roughly 40 times cheaper and much faster. So this brings us to the most important part of this video, which is why am I still buying Ethereum? So personally, from a financial standpoint, Ethereum provides me with some form of income and also a hedge to my portfolio. So I'm a big fan of staking, but many might disagree with my methods, but this is my channel, so hear me out. With Ethereum, you are gonna look at 3 to 4% in yield, which is paid out in Ethereum as well. And this can help grow my crypto portfolio without me adding more money into that portion. So right now I'm staking roughly 1 Ethereum, and this earns me roughly $2 a month, which is pretty okay. And as that amount compounds, it can slowly grow, and if in any point of time I do require liquidity, then this is something I can remove liquidity from, or when the price pumps and I want to get the gains out, this is something I can do as well. So as you talk about layer 1s and layer 2s, this is where I think Ethereum really shines. So if you look around the DeFi space, many projects or dApps are EVM compatible. This means that their applications or the applications are compatible with the Ethereum chain for interoperability, scalability, and the different kinds of customizations that they can do. So think of projects like SushiSwap, 1inch, Balancer, Curve Finance, and much more. So many of these developers are building EVM compatible projects because of the security that Ethereum has without needing to pay the high fees that Ethereum charges. And it allows interoperability with other chains as well. So after all these mumblings and chatterings, here is where I'm staking my Ethereum to get some gains. So right now I'm using Gemini to hold most of my Ethereum, which pays a cool 3% rewards for securing the blockchain. Ethereum pays the rewards on a daily basis, so it's kind of like a little warm feeling to see Ethereum growing every single day. On top of that, Ethereum is also easy for me to off-ramp if I require to, but most recently there are some changes to the fees, and I'm thinking if I should move them to the next CX that I'm using, which is Coinbase. So on Coinbase, I'm doing a weekly average into Ethereum to take advantage of the low prices and to build up more Ethereum for the future. And here, I'm also roughly earning 3%, which is still pretty decent. If you're looking to purchase some Ethereum, I'll leave some links in the description down below, and you do get some free crypto with my links, and you'll be helping a small channel grow as well. So I'm thinking of doing an update on my weekly purchase on Ethereum, maybe on a monthly basis to see where this goes, and hopefully it will amount to something in the next few months. So this brings us to the end of today's video. Do let me know in the comments down below, are you looking to add some Ethereum into your portfolio? If yes, why yes? If no, why no? And if you haven't, do drop us a like, subscribe, and stay notified when new content comes up. And as always, stay safe, invest safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.